everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of the NFL, especially if you've been following the Minnesota Vikings this season, today's video is one you don't want to miss. We're diving into the Vikings' disappointing 31-9 loss to the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football, and more specifically, what went wrong for superstar wide receiver Justin Jefferson. How did Detroit shut down one of the league's best, and what does this loss mean for the Vikings moving forward? Let's break it all down. Coming into Sunday night's game, Justin Jefferson was on fire. The Vikings' star wide receiver had been tearing it up week after week, and he was heading into a prime matchup against a division rival in the Detroit Lions. But as we all know, the game didn't go as planned for Minnesota or Jefferson. Jefferson finished the game with just 3 catches on 9 targets for 54 yards. Definitely a disappointing stat line for a player who's been one of the most consistent fantasy football stars all season long. So what happened? Well, it wasn't just a poor performance from Jefferson, it was a full-on shutdown by the Detroit Lions defense. Detroit's defense came out aggressive, consistently pressuring Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. The Lions were in the backfield all night, disrupting the offense and never letting them get into a rhythm. The result? Minnesota's attack was off-kilter, and Jefferson just couldn't get into the game. With Darnold under pressure, the offense wasn't able to get the ball to Jefferson in rhythm. The Lions' secondary clamped down on him, and despite his talent, the Vikings' wide receiver couldn't break free from the coverage. And this loss was more than just about Jefferson. It snapped the Vikings' 9-game winning streak and dropped them down to the 5th seed in the NFC playoff race. So instead of getting that coveted week off and the chance for home field advantage, Minnesota now has to travel to Los Angeles for the wildcard round, where they'll face the Rams at SoFi Stadium. This loss definitely shook up the playoff picture for the Vikings. A win would have solidified their position and potentially given them a much-needed rest heading into the postseason. But now, with their playoff seeding on the line, they'll have to hit the road and prepare for a tough battle against the Rams. Speaking of the Rams, Minnesota's offense has another tough test ahead of them. The Rams' defense hasn't exactly been stellar this year. They allowed the 6th most yards per game in 2024. So while Jefferson had a rough night against Detroit, he's got an opportunity to bounce back next week against a defense that has struggled at times this season. So what can we expect from Jefferson moving forward? Well, as we've seen all season, the man is a playmaker. Even though he was held in check by Detroit, we fully expect him to get back on track in the playoffs. With the Rams' defense allowing big plays, Jefferson will be looking to exploit their weaknesses and get back to his game-breaking ways. Jefferson's ability to make explosive plays and take over a game is unmatched, and we can't count him out just yet. Next week, the stakes are higher than ever, and you can bet he'll be hungry to make an impact in the postseason. All right, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think Justin Jefferson can bounce back against the Rams? Or is there a bigger issue for the Vikings offense? And how do you feel about Minnesota's chances in the playoffs now that they've dropped to the 5th seed? Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more NFL content. And as always, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.